Let's take a closer look at creating an in-text citation. Every citation has 2 to 3 pieces of information: the authors, publication date, and sometimes the page number. To begin, let's go over our first piece of information, the authors. You can do it in one of 2 ways, in the parenthetical citation or through a signal phrase. In both, we always refer to authors by their last names. A parenthetical citation is when you include the author, date, and if needed, the page number within parentheses at the end of the sentence. An example of this could be, cats and dogs make great pets due to their loving natures. Parentheses, Miller, 2018, page 8, in parentheses. A signal phrase is when you begin your sentence by attributing the information to the authors. This can be a great way to put emphasis on the author or to introduce them along with their credentials. For example, according to world-renowned pet expert Miller, parentheses 2018, in parentheses, cats and dogs make great pets due to their loving natures. Parentheses, page 8, in parentheses. Next, we will cover the specific rules about what to do when citing a work that was created by more than one author. If there are 2 authors, we separate their names with an ampersand within the parenthetical. For example, cats may like chewing on cell phone chargers because they enjoy creating chaos. Parentheses Smith, ampersand Jenkins, 2018, in parentheses. If you're using a signal phrase, you will just separate the authors with the word and. For example, Smith and Brown, parentheses 2018, in parentheses, postulate that cats might just like chewing on cell phone chargers in general. For resources with 3 or more authors, APA has us abbreviate the in-text citation since it can get a bit wordy citing all the authors. For both signal phrases and parenthetical citations, we use the first author's last name followed by the Latin abbreviation et al. To represent the rest of the authors. For example, Smith et al., parentheses 2017, end parentheses, found that cats love napping. Or, most cats love a good nap, parentheses Smith et al., 2017, end parentheses. In the event that there are no authors listed, we can use the name of the organization that produced the resource or the title of the publication. When using the title of the publication, the format of the title will depend on what kind of resource it is. For sources that are part of a larger work, such as articles or chapters, the title will be in quotation marks. For example, cats like to chew on cell phone chargers while under the influence of catnip. Parentheses, effects of catnip on cat chaos, 2017, end parentheses. For standalone works like books, web pages, or YouTube videos, the title will be in italics. For example, Dogs Like Squeaky Toys and Walks to the Park, parentheses, How to Make Your Dog Happy, 2015, end parentheses. If you use the organization name, this is called using a group author. If the organization has a common abbreviation, like the CDC, you will need to refer to the full name in the first citation, and then for the subsequent citations, you can use the abbreviation. For example, dogs wag their tails when they're excited or happy, parentheses Center for Pet Love, 2020, end parentheses. Then for subsequent citations for the same source, we would cite it as parentheses CPL, 2020, end parentheses. Next, we have our publication date. This information is always in parentheses and always follows the author information. For a parenthetical citation, the order of information is author, date, and then, if needed, page number. These pieces of information are separated by commas within parentheses. For a signal phrase, the publication date is within parentheses that follows the author's information within the sentence. If there isn't a publication date, we then use the abbreviation for no date, N period, D period. This goes where we would typically note the date within the citation. For example, most dogs will chew on anything that does not chew on them first. Parentheses, Jones, in period D, period, end parentheses. Another example is, according to Jones, parentheses, in period D, period, end parentheses, dogs are sweet companions who need toys to chew on. Our third piece of information is the page number. Page numbers are typically required only for quotations in order to help the reader find exactly where you found the quote. If a quote spans more than one page, be sure to include all of the pages in the citation. If you have any more questions on how in-text citations work, be sure to consult the 7th edition of APA Style or ask your instructor.
Created using Powtoon.